Greetings, fellow dragon fruit growers. This is Paul, and today I'm going to show you how I root young cuttings. Now, ideally, you want a nice mature cutting like this 8S here that's really thick, has a nice core there, it's really developed. But sometimes you're going to get something like this, which is this black dragon. You can see it's a really young, immature core and soft, kind of leathery. This is not ideal because that's going to be more sensitive this winter in my climate in zone 9B in Southern California. So here's another example. This Medusa is really immature. So you want to be really careful with how you root these because they're definitely more sensitive and less forgiving than a mature cutting. So let me get started. Let me show you how I'm rooting these this season. Let's go into the greenhouse and I'll show you my simple steps to get these things to thrive. So there are several different strategies you can do to root your dragon fruit cuttings, but what I like to do this time of year is just use regular potting soil, as you can see. And I barely put it into the potting soil, and I tie it up onto some a bamboo stake, and then I water the flesh, just like that, really lightly without getting it too wet. And I just do that a few times a week, and I tend to get roots in about 2 weeks. Now this season, I'm working with VermisTerra, and they asked that I try this out, and I'm actually dipping the cuttings in Vitality. You can see here I have this little bucket, and I just soak them in there for a few hours, and then I do the same thing that I just showed you. Here's a really tender Kathy Von Aram. And so what I like to do is just slightly put it in the soil, tie it up, and again, just spray it ever so lightly a couple times a week. And that's been really successful for me. You can see here in the greenhouse, you could do this outside under a tree as well. You don't have a greenhouse, or even on the side of your house that doesn't get sunlight. And I just let them stay here where they get very little direct sunlight, no, actually none. And I just let them sit here for a few weeks. And you can see, you can do a pull test, and the roots are starting to develop on all these. And as they root, I put them over here where they gradually get more sunlight. You can see I even have a flower bud on this rooted cutting here on Yala number 1. So what I like to do is the pull test. Once it's rooted really well, then I'll actually take it outside and slowly introduce it to more sunlight. So there you go. That's what I'm doing this season to root dragon fruit cuttings, and I've had 0 issues with rot. It's been 100% successful with actually all sorts of different plants you can see here. They're all using the same potting soil. So there you go. Give us a like and a subscribe. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments and I'll answer any of them as best as I can. So there you go. Thank you so much for your time. Give us a like, subscribe. Have yourself a wonderful day. Take care.